Hello everyone, I hope you're well. I'm just popping by to let you know about a couple of new products in the shop. So I'm bringing back the Thrinchies. Now Thrinchies are 3-inch square pieces of card, and I'm bringing back the Thrinchies, especially for those of you that, you don't want to create cards but you want to be creative. I'm bringing back the Thrinchies. So these are 3-inch pieces of card, little 3-inch pieces of card, or sort of, if you do it in sort of centimetres or millimetres, it's something like 76 because it's like point, but they're little square pieces for our Thrinchies. Now, I've had these made into packs using Pink Frog Super Smooth 300 GSM card. So the same quality card we're used to using for our cards. There's 100 in a pack and they're £3.50 in the pack. Those are on the website. And I don't know why I've got this white piece of card under here. Let's move that out of the way. So I've got the Thrinchies on the website now, and those are £3.50. And what I've also done, because we've got a beautiful ATC group within my group on Facebook, and the lovely Ruth arranges all the ATCs, and we have some wonderful swaps, and it's a wonderful way to interact with your artwork, but also again to work on a small space. So I've bought the Pink Frog Super Smooth card cut to ATC size. So you've got 100 ATCs in a pack, and those are £3.25. So there's 100 in there. So I've bought those in as well. I've just bought a few in to see if you like them or not, and I can get them readily as stock. So we've got the ATCs in stock as well. So I've bought those as a stock item. Now, I'm bringing back the Thrinchies. You know that I do the snippets. Let me grab my snippet album. So the snippets, I'm continuing with the snippets as I've always done for the last couple of years now. And we've still got our snippet album here. And I'll be continuing with my snippets. Snippet 90 has just been done. So we will be continuing with those. But alongside those, we're going to be doing our Thrinchies. Now, what I've done is I've ordered a pink pig. I have to remember that I'm talking about Pink Pig, not Pink Frog. Now, you can create your own little albums. You can put them in bigger journals. But I've ordered this Pink Pig little journal that's 4 inches square. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my Thrinchies inside these little Pink Pig books. You can create your own books. You can put them in big square journals and add 4 to each page, whatever you want to do. I'm adding mine to this little journal. So these are the Pink Pig ones. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to store mine in this little wooden box. Again, you can create your own box. I got this box from Amazon so that I can store several in my little box, and I can keep them as a little reference to look back on. It doesn't take much room on my shelf. I can place it on my shelf and place them neatly away. The other idea of bringing the Thrinchies back, let me just grab a 4x6. So I've also got these 4x6-inch pieces of card, which is what I create my cards from. Now, when you've created the Thrinchies, you can also make those into cards, look. So they go nicely on the 4x6. You could also have them on a slant like this so that they both work. So everything has been thought about for you. And the idea is to make things easy for you as well. So, for instance, with the Thrinchies, what we're going to do, so I've not planned this. I'm just doing this off the cuff, just to show you the kind of things that we'll do. So for instance, I've just picked this literally off the side, TE32. So let's grab TE32. And I'm going to inspire you with Thrinchies continually, like I've done with the snippets. Well, I'm hoping I'm going to inspire you. So I'm going to take the little rectangle from the Thrinchies. And the idea is that this sort of gets you going. Where's Tracy put a black ink pad because she wasn't planning on doing this. The idea is that this gets you going and helps you to fall back in love with your creative time, however much time, excuse me, however much time you might have. So I'm just going to take the rectangle. I am going to have to reach for some things because I've put a load of things on the floor. Bear with me. I'm going to have to reach for my Ecoline pens, so bear with me a second. I always end up reaching for something because I start a video and I say I'm not going to do X, Y and Z, and then I do it anyway. So you know what I'm like with my videos. So this is a 3-inch square. Let me show you. Even on a 3-inch square, you can get quite a bit of creativity. So I'm going to place the rectangle just here, like so. You don't have to press very hard with that rectangle. And then let's just place that on here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the little hairs, which go perfectly with my hair stencil, which is wonderful. So which one do you want to do first, Tracy? So they go beautifully with the hair stencil, snippet stencil. It's all been thought about so that everything works beautifully. So I'm going to take the little hairs, and then what I'm going to do is place the little hair just on here, like so. And if all you want to do is create something in black and white, well, create it. I do apologise for the little coughing. So if you just want to create something in black and white, then create it in black and white. So let's just have this here. I want to create a Thrinchie to show you exactly what my plan is. There we go. So you could see this could quite easily be a card. Doesn't have to be a Thrinchie. But let's just place that back. I like how I can't make my mind up where everything's going. So then I'm going to use the alphabet from TE32. As you can see on TE32, we've got this alphabet, and I'm going to bring some numbers out as well so that you can use those with the Thrinchies and number them as well. So, come on, Tracy. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. You do realise I have to do that. So then I'm going to take my letters, and this is a great way. You could also just do everything in black and white if you didn't want to do much else. Let's have that there. And with the letters, you don't have to press hard. Shall we have all capitals this time? So let's have all capitals. Quite obvious what I'm going to stamp out, isn't it? So let's take, and also, as I've always said, when I release stamps, I want you to use them. So I'm going to give as many ideas as possible. I can't see this alphabet. Where's my R? Look, my little tag's falling off because it's been used that much. There's the R. I've got light glaring at me, so there we go. Nice bit of a hair there. Wonderful. Just what you want when you're doing a video is a hair stuck to the alphabet. There we go. You can spell the letter out if you want straight onto the acrylic block. You don't have to do as I'm doing, but just indulge me. I like doing this. So there, H-A-R. Then we want the letter E. And doing the Thrinchies makes you think a little bit differently as well. So it gets those creative juices flowing. So then we've got the E. So then we've got the words hair on there. But doesn't that look nice, just on its own, like that, just in a 3-inch square? Yes, it does, Tracy. I'm convincing myself it looks lovely. So what I'm going to do then, where have we got? Where have we gone? I'm going to take my clematis stamp. So let's take that little clematis. We'll take this one here, place that onto my acrylic block, and I'm just going to ink part of the clematis. I could just use some low tack tape to mask off the area that I don't want. But I'm just going to use my finger. There we go. Just tilt it so you can see that that has enough on there. Oh, see, this is what I'm like all the time. Now I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to have the clematis there, like so. So just stamp that clematis there. And again, I don't have to press hard. I've got no ink on there at the moment, so it works quite well. So I've got my little clematis on there. There we go. So it gets you playing with your products in a smaller way. So what I'm going to do then, is it the TE10? Yes, TE10 has got these 2 little hearts on here with my quirky birds. So let's grab those little hearts. And then I've just lost my acrylic block because I'm good like that. What do you do? That's because the clematis is still on there. Tracy, let's grab another one. You can always tell when I'm excited about something because I do it off the cuff and then I've got products everywhere. So I've got these 2 little hearts. I'm going to grab those here like so. There we go. So let's place those 2 little hearts back because I know what I'll do is I'll lose them if I don't. So we've got the basis now of our Thrinchie and we want to add a little bit of colour. But before I'm going to do that, I'm going to grab a scrap, she says, frantically trying to find a scrap of card, and I'm going to grab my black Posca pen and I'm just going to place this sort of over there just so that I don't get it everywhere, and I'm just going to go down the edge just to add a little black mat. Now you can do this on copier paper so that you don't mark your, let's do that again, just so that you don't mark your, what's this called? Non-stick craft sheet. Oh, good grief. It's the new year. I can't speak properly. There we go. And then turn this round and I'll explain why I'm adding the little bit of card just here afterwards. Has that done it enough? There we go. Now, if you don't want to use a Posca pen, you can use your black ink pad. But just be aware, when you use your black ink pad, it can smudge if you don't dry. But look how far, this is the only thing I don't like about black. Obviously, it goes everywhere. So what I like to do is I like to clean up before I do anything else. So I always like to clean that black up because then we don't get in a mess. So what I've got now is I've got a faux mat without adding mat and layers. So it's just the 3-inch square and I've got that faux mat. And the reason I put the card on the edges, because if you go to slip, then it doesn't go too far into your card and it won't ruin your card piece. So that's why I put the card over the top. So shall we add a little bit of colour? So what I'm going to do is Now, again, you can do the same thing for a card. So I'm going to take my Ecoline pens. Let me see if I can find the colours straight away. Which, of course, you know I'm not going to do that. Turquoise blue and Prussian blue. So we're going to use turquoise blue and Prussian blue. Let's grab my water brush, not water brush, my little brush. Let's make sure that brush is clean, because as you well know, those that follow me know that my brush is never clean. So what I'm going to do is turn this way, and I'm going to just add a little bit of colour to this. So I'm going to take the Prussian blue and just add the colour to this. So I've just done that in a straight line, and then I'm going to add the turquoise blue. Okay, and I'm going to take the turquoise blue on my non-stick craft sheet, and I'm going to pick up that as a wash, and it'll be lighter in colour than the other two colours. And then I'm just going to blend that out with the lightest colour. Use the water to take out the excess, and then blend it out to nothing. Let's turn that around so we're working just so that it's just blended to nothing. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is just add a little bit more of the darker blue, which is the Prussian blue. And I'm just going to use this wash just to blend the colour. I may even go in with a little bit more turquoise, just to give a little bit more of that vibrancy. Let's place those on there just for the moment. Let's just mop that up. And then I'm just going to spritz the card with water, just so that the colour moves a little bit. There we go. So we'll just let that move and do its thing. So just let it move and do its thing. That's it. We'll just leave that there. We'll just use some dry kitchen roll. And I don't want that to go up here. I just want it to appear there. That's it. So and I'm just drying the top half of here. Now, I added my... Let me just dry this. Let's dry this so it doesn't go any further, and then I need to do a little bit of explaining. I've added my Posca pen, and you would normally add your Posca pen at the end. I've added it beforehand so I could show you, but you would normally add that at the end. So let's just dab our card, and let's dry from the other side. So always add your Posca pen at the end, because you won't go wrong if you use that piece of card that I used to just mark the edge. There we go. That's it. We can stick that down shortly. And I'm going to bring out some numbers so we can add numbers to our pages as well. So then I'm going to add a little bit of colour just to my little clematis, which doesn't need much colour at all. It just needs a touch of colour, like so. And it just works rather nicely. We want to add some touches of white. So let's just bring in some little, of course my pen never works when it's because I use some waxy pencils. that's it. I was going to say, don't let me down. So just adding a few little touches of white just here and there. And just like we would do with a card, I'm going to add a few splatters just with a smaller white pen, because it's a little bit of a smaller splatter, because it's that finer pen. Does it tell you on these? Yeah, PC1MR. I normally use the big one, which is 5M for the splatters, but these are a little bit smaller, so I can use that smaller splatter. And if we bring in, obviously you would wait for everything to dry. If I bring in my little book now, let's bring in the little book. Pink frog. Everything's called pink something. I'm getting really confused. You know I'm going to get confused. So we can even use this page here. And because I've put a faux mat on there, it's going to sit in there rather nicely. And then I can do another one here. So just bend that slightly, just so that we can add that to our page. So let's grab some adhesive. And we're going to do these all the way through, just all the way through the year, and carry them on year after year, just like we did with the snippets. My nail has broke, so there's no strength in that. Just thought I'd let you know that and announce that. So let's just grab my adhesive. There we go. Let's place this down onto our piece. There we go. And it gives me another way to be creative. I've also got a little space to either add Ecoline pens used and spritzed. You can just add a couple of notes, but I'm going to add a little number to mine, I think, eventually. So there is our first Thrinchie. So that's our first Thrinchie. And I've got my two little books now. And I'm probably going to order a few just so that I've got them in there and they're ready just to go in my little box, just so that you can see. And we can just create these little Thrinchies. There'll be some background techniques. We may even only do a background on one of them, but that's what the Thrinchies are about. And that's why I've bought the Thrinchie card packs and the ATC card packs. There's a reason behind it. So thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for watching and thank you for your support. The only thing that's left for me to let you know is there's also free shipping, free UK shipping, standard shipping until the 7th of January on the website. So love to all, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.